Hey everyone, my name is Justin Sinkovich. I'm an associate professor and director of graduate programs of both the Master of Arts Management and the Entrepreneurship for Creatives Master's program, which is brand new for this fall at Columbia College Chicago. I'm presenting today a case study, a digital marketing case study on Joe Ely, the legendary alternative Texas Roadhouse country artist. So this is a continuance from last year's presentation that I did on how I teach digital marketing at both the graduate and undergraduate level at Columbia. I'm applying that same framework from how I teach the class to actually do consulting. So yeah, I consulted with Joe last year. I'm currently consulting with Chris Redd from Saturday Night Live. I've recently worked with Sterling Hayes from Chance the Rapper's Save Money crew, and many more. So so this project with Joe was really great. We started it in the fall of 2019, and it went into the winter of 2020, and we got a lot of stuff done, and they continue to do work. But I went off of the project in the spring just because there was more limited budget due to the lack of touring. So I'll kind of show you what I came up with because we did make some great headway. So first of all, Joe Ely, he's Texas outlaw alt country. He's from Lubbock, Texas. You may have also heard of his original band, the Flatlanders, which is also with Jimmy Dale Gilmore and Butch Hancock. They started in 1970, and they all split up to do solo careers, but they got back together in 2002 and started collaborating again, touring and releasing music. And I actually got to go hang out with those guys last fall in Chicago. But yeah, Joe has released over 20 albums. Most of those albums have been on MEIEA Records. And here's a fun fact: he's also was a close collaborator with Joe Strummer and the Clash, which is really cool. You may have heard his most popular song, and hopefully others, but his most popular song is "The Road Goes On Forever." So when we started out, he was doing well. Again, he was touring with the Flatlanders. He had about over 66,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, 17,000 followers. Some of the top markets were Dallas, Houston, Chicago, which is where I live, Stockholm, Sweden, and Atlanta. He was on some great rockabilly and country playlists. And he had about 44,000 likes on Facebook and almost 4,000 likes on Instagram. So that's kind of some metrics to get us started. So basically our objectives were, so he went off of MEIEA and I was kind of hired to help him go independent, to maximize his back catalog and to release new material. He had a ton of new material ready to go. We also just wanted to focus on social and digital marketing in his top markets, just to build more loyalty to him and build a bigger audience. So kind of capitalize on those existing markets. We wanted to announce his independence and start releasing new music, and also start emphasizing his collaborations with Joe Strummer and the Clash to reach new customer segments, and then also just connect with influencers in high value markets such as critics, playlisters on Spotify and Apple that do things like outlaw, Texas, and alt country. Some of our goals, once we have those bigger objectives, were to launch a new website. The website was in rough shape. Create kind of a fan club and subscription club, and with that have multi-tiered pricing so that you can, if you have a super fan, which he has some really dedicated fans with some expendable income. So if they want to buy a merch bundle that's worth $100, let them do that, We wanted to create a more organized, active, and engaging social and digital marketing campaign, and then just maximize strategies such as search engine optimization, hashtags, day parting, so posting digital and social content at the right times of the day and week, and then to do that, maybe automating some social media. I have here a conversion funnel that just when I first developed the plan, I put together for Joe and his team, just so we could see the overall market, and then just start to think about how we have the kind of occasional listener on Spotify, and then people that are actually buying tickets, and then down to those loyal people that we can actually have them spend a couple $100s or more per year to support Joe. So yeah, we did launch a new website. It turned out great. It's fully functional with a web store and links to tour dates, etc. So that was a big first step. Your website, of course, is your home base, and where your other digital channels, social media, YouTube, etc., Spotify, they're gaining interest. You want to drive people back to the website so that they can buy tickets, buy merch, and so you can collect their email list. So all that stuff, important to have a great website, which we created. He did release a really great record called Love in the Midst of Mayhem, which was very thematic in today's times. It's done really well, and it gained a lot of attention critically and with fans. And then we definitely started tapping into the Joe Strummer and Clash connection, and there's more on that front coming up soon, but there's some stuff on with this that I can't quite talk about publicly at this time, but there's more to come on that front, and that's something that we definitely wanted to start working on. Again, you have much different artists, country versus kind of this classic British punk, but they have a similar aesthetic, and a lot of that crosses over in the alt country world. So we want to make sure and start to pull those two audiences together to grow that fan base. So yeah, as of now, we're up 25% in monthly listeners on Spotify. That's at about almost 89,000 monthly listeners, with 21,000 followers on Spotify as well. We're up slightly on Facebook in likes, but on Instagram we're up 24% to 5,000 followers. And we added one top market that we were really focused on, which is a really critical Texas market, Austin, Texas, of course, which is very key to Joe. That's a huge live music community, and with him wanting to do live dates, really want to maximize Austin. Yeah, so that's it. I just want to give a quick presentation, and I look forward to chatting with you in our digital conference. Thank you so much.